Twitch have shattered the leash on streaming exclusivity, but is it as clear-cut as everyone seems to think? We're going to deep dive this today. Plus, YouTube has a new head of creators. Twitch is giving you more money for running ads, and the internet goes gaga over a new VTuber by the name of Tony the Tiger. Very interesting. But before we jump in, welcome to the stream room. I have one of your hosts, Nicktacular.
Hello, I'm LJ.
Hello, I am Reapz.
I think I snuck in by accident. I think you were supposed to go second.
Oh, that's all right. They know who we are. I'm glad you took the lead.
Go today.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've screwed it up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, not at all.
Reapz, you're no longer in the dark like last episode. You're back into the light.
I'm in the light. Look, it's kind of like, look how light it is back there. I feel...
I'm a bit dark today, actually.
Yeah? What's the weather like? I mean, it's not a good topic talking about weather.
It's gloomy. It's gloomy. It's rainy. It's gross.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
And as you can see, the Danny DeVito cardboard cutout is missing today. That's because I have people coming to my house, and out of all the things in my room that I have to hide, the gnomes, nah. Danny DeVito, yeah, probably.
That's
the best.
so weird.
But the pillow stain, the Danny pillow still stained.
It's reversible. So as like when I get up to let them in, I'll just run my hand across his face. Yeah, look, I'll show you. I can show you. Hold on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can do like kind of a trace around it. Yep, go. Oh, what happened to it?
Nice.
Oh, genius. They'll never know.
They'll never know.
Danny DeVito was there. Oh, geez.
I love those
the
pillows.
eyes.
They're so good.
They really are. It's such a simple tactic. Just keep the eyes on. See what the real estate says with just the eyes.
Just
I'm
the eyes.
sure they'll love it. Hey, boys, I know we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today, and I know we're going to like talk about like, oh, we got up to in streaming and stuff like that, and what we got going on, because we've had doubles on some pretty cool stuff. But I want to throw out there last week's episode of the podcast where we aggressively did our best to derail everything has the highest retention rate of any episode we've released. Woo! The highest CTR of any video of any episode, which is a bit of a funny one because they're clicking for one thing and getting another. But they're still retaining. And most of the comments were saying, honestly, I loved the story times. I liked you guys just chilling out.
Hey,
yes.
That feels so good.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Audience? Question mark. What? How do we address our peeps? Like what?
Thanks, podcast chat.
Do they have a name? Yeah. Hey, podcast chat. I was going to say, speaking of people who come around and have to like, do your old real estate checks and stuff, do you ever find, boys, when you've got friends around to your place, that they always want to check out the stream room in terms of the actual room, and then they ask you questions about it, like, oh, this is a big rig. Why have you got so many computer screens and stuff like that? Are they daunted or are they more intrigued?
No, I don't have anyone ask.
Really? I've got every time I come over, my friends like look in and go, look at this, look at that. I'm like, it feels weird. It feels weird.
It's more just bewilderment because they just they look into the room, they see all my collectibles, and they see like 4 monitors and cameras and lights, and they're just like, oh wow, they're just blown away. They don't know what to ask, and they're like, anyway, and then they move on.
Let's get some food.
It's just like when friends or family come over, that's it. It's like, wow, this is cool.
Isn't it the worst thing when you've got to describe what you do to people who maybe, like my parents, for instance? It's like, what do you do for a living? And you go, oh, I do Twitch or whatever. And they're like, what's Twitch? And then you've got to go down that whole rabbit hole of like, so people watch you play video games and stuff. So now I just say, I'm just a video editor. That's all I say. It makes it so much simpler.
I say video producer, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Video producer. And if they say, I make videos for companies, and then we upload those and they get it. Or if someone sees the room, I say, I do live stand-up. COVID meant all the clubs shut, so I have to do stand-up online now. And they're like, oh, that's sick. Okay, cool.
That's great.
I honestly, I just simplify it. I'm just like, I just live stream playing games, and then I put content on YouTube, and that usually answers their question for the most part. Here's the real kicker, though, right?
Okay.
And I want to be a fly on the wall for these conversations. What your parents describe your job as when someone asks them.
Mm-hmm.
What are they like? Because like my parents get asked all the time. They'll be like, they come back from going out or seeing someone. They're like, so-and-so asked and said this. And the story always changes a little bit every time.
I can imagine. It's like my parents always say, it works for Amazon. And I'm like, okay. Thanks, Mum. That's good.
My mum, I've told her several times, don't tell people what I do, because I don't want you telling people what I do. She doesn't really know herself. She has very little information, but she has enough information that she was telling someone at work, and they just pulled up my channel in seconds.
Oh, dude.
It took them seconds to track me down. And I said, yeah, Mum, I actually specifically requested you not give people any information because I don't want people who know your name, my name, to be able to find what I do. And she was like, I can't find it from what I know. So how would he find it? How is I supposed to know he would find it? And I said, well, he's not computer illiterate.
Yeah.
So, you know, I love her with all my heart, but she's incredibly this is why she doesn't know my handle or anything like that, because I just know she will leak, aggressively leak without realizing it.
I'm curious how they did find it, like if they didn't know your handle.
She knew the rough topic, and so he was able to like look up the rough topic and then be like, is this the guy? Because like it's pretty easy to find me if you know like the rough topic of what I do.
Yeah. I mean, your face is on every thumbnail.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So I've made her several requests, and I don't think it'll stop anytime soon. I think she'll continue to accidentally dox me, but that's the part we take, right, boys? That's what we're doing here.
That is the part. And we should ask podcast chat. We'll call them podcast chat from now on. Yes. Do they have similar things where it's like, if you want to make it a career, when you tell people what you do as a hobby, do they give you a kind of what the look, or do they kind of like understand immediately? Because again, I think you're completely right, LJ. It depends on age range. Like if you tell people Twitch and they're like, oh yeah, I know Twitch. But when you tell people who may be in their 50s and above, they're like, what? What do you mean people watch you? What? So,
it's really strange. I think on the topic of doxing, we probably should mention it. I don't think we should go too in depth on it, but we have to mention it because it's huge news. But Ludwig was swatted yesterday, which isn't the first time it's happened to him. But it sounds like they're all getting quite sick of it. You can hear the garbage truck outside. Just ignore that. I found out about it because of Slime's tweets, which I shared to you guys.
You did.
And I thought it was so interesting that Slime tweeted out, and you could tell he was quite angry, right? Which is fair. I think it's very fair that when someone points shotguns at you and your family and friends, that you can be angry.
Yeah.
Especially when you've done nothing wrong and taken all the precautions you're supposed to, such as giving the LAPD phone numbers, addresses, so they know if the SWAT call happens, to call first and confirm and stuff like that. And he tweeted out quite aggressive, angry, upset about the very first time he was ever swatted, and the fact that they dragged him out and held shotguns to his face in the middle of the driveway, right?
Yeah.
Which is brutal. I can't even imagine that concept for me or my loved ones. And most of the people replying to it were blaming him, or were saying that it was a bit much for him to be upset at the LAPD and things like that, which was shocking to me, like shocking. And there were so many people being like, the police are just doing their job. They have to take it seriously. It's like, I don't think they have to drag people out of the house with shotguns to their face when they've already been contacted prior to say this might happen. Please be aware of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when everyone's cooperating as well. That was another thing. I don't know. I think it's absolutely brutal. If this continues, someone is going to get seriously hurt.
Yeah. And there was that situation back there where somebody, I think it was not so much in the creator content atmosphere rather, but it's more the fact that there was somebody who had like a kind of altercation with somebody on COD, right? They found out their details. They're like, yeah, come at me, bro. Here's my address. Like actually gave them their full address. And of course that person then swatted that person. And as we know, the police then shot that person because it was like a big claim that they were holding their family captive. And it's only a matter of time, as you said, that similar circumstance could be given to a streamer and they take it fully seriously. And obviously any false move, like if they do something kind of like, oh, it's happened so many times now, I'm just going to make a snarky remark. You can imagine that people will be very trigger happy. And yeah, it's Ludwig's video. You should watch it. I think it's out there. It's literally called, I was swatted or whatever. He goes into depth about just how easy it is to swat someone and like the ramifications of it, and how he's done it so many times it's become like second nature to what he has to do, which is such a weird concept. Like I know that they were coming in with shotguns and things like that, and I just remained calm. It was just me, and I think it
was Aiden
in the house. And it just goes to show like how crazy like this world is, that you're streaming to people out there who you don't know, and one of those people may have a screw loose in the head and think, yeah, let's really fuck up this person's life.
Small correction before we move on from this topic, because let's be real, it's kind of dark and I probably don't want to give people more attention than they deserve, is the story you were telling Reapz there. What actually happened was the guy gave his old address.
Yes.
So he gave his old address out, and they went to someone's house who had nothing to do with the altercation whatsoever, under the threat of, I've just murdered my family and now I'm going to go do it to someone else. And the guy, an elderly man or an older man, opened the door, and without being questioned or asked anything, the police shot him. That's pretty much the old of it. And that he had nothing to do with the online Xbox altercation or anything like that. And it's horrific. I gotta say, every day I kind of thank my lucky stars that I'm an Aussie, to be honest.
I think it's kind of that thing. It's like the most you can be called out for here is, which is terrible, but our kind of form of swatting, I believe, is like a domestic call. Like they call up and they go, this is the address, and there's a domestic happening, and a police will come over and question you and things like that. Well, it seems like to such a degree in America where, there are these heightened sense of, personal safety, that they bring a full-on squad car with shotguns and, armored up men. It's just, it seems so daunting and so horrific that I would wonder if I was ever at that level of like having thousands and thousands of people that you're streaming out to, knowing that the danger is that you can possibly get shot because there are people who just want to see you, in suffering to a bit. It would make me question whether I'd really want to continue on doing it for the long term, or rather find a short-term solution to not do it and, live a happy, carefree, or a more happy, carefree life.
Yeah. I mean, I think back to like the Dr. Lupo situation, like a year or two ago, where it was literally in the middle, like swatted live in stream. He gets a text message from his wife telling him what's going on, and but he uses it. He stays actually very calm. He ends up, he's like, I'm gonna win this right now and prove all you haters wrong. He goes and wins the Fortnite game. And he's like, all right, I'll be back. Leaves for like half an hour. Then comes back and explains to everybody what happened. And
wow.
he just literally as they were downstairs, won the game, and then he came back. He's like, look, I'm not gonna be scared by you guys trying to like do this terrible stuff. I'm just paraphrasing what he said, but basically that kind of message. And like I can only imagine for like, because he's got kids. Yeah, the kids have to go like live with that experience as well, and it's just absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it's something rough. When all the stuff about the Ludwig things came out, I told Claire about it in the morning, and then in the afternoon when more info came out, we were out at dinner, and I shared more with her and showed her the tweets and showed her some other stuff and whatnot, and some of the clips and things. And she goes, I don't think I ever want you to be a giant streamer. She goes, I don't even know how I feel about the idea of a large streamer, because you already get enough weird stuff or awkward stuff or people trying to dox you. I've actually had for the last like 8 months someone specifically trying to dox me, and like every single live stream now, my auto mod is catching someone trying to post personal information, or like someone's been trying to leak my name out there and stuff, and it's really freaky, right? Like it is freaky. Like I've done as much as I can to do the internet scrub, and thankfully I'm pretty well sorted. But it's still weird to think that there's someone who's so maliciously out there trying to target me, and I'm not even like a big content creator, right? Like it's so strange, and I think we don't really see that side of things much as content creators. I think we kind of just like only see the giant guys and not like the consistent kind of dripping, and that's one of the big things I've talked about a lot. I think I talked about this maybe like, actually I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast, but I said like I find that one individual has so much power to ruin your stream.
Yeah.
It's like one individual has so much power to heckle you, call you out, yell at you, throw you off while live. But you don't have that issue as a YouTuber. You'll have people trying to dox you as a YouTuber. You'll have people trying to do all sorts of stuff while you're a YouTuber. But they don't have as much power over you as they do someone who's live. To see the live reaction, to see the panic when they post your full address in chat or something like that, And it's just a big part of it. It's really interesting. I wonder, everyone knows that over the last 8 months, I've slowly become less and less excited about live streaming, right? Like I still enjoy it, but there's a lot of downsides to it, and I'm less like, woo, let's go, like I used to be. And I do wonder how much some of the behind the scenes stuff that I haven't really talked about openly such as the doxes or the malicious or the DMs that I get, or even like the less weird shit, the less intense stuff and more just the weird things I get.
Yeah.
Like the really over the line embarrassing DMs or stuff like that. I wonder if like you removed all of that, would I still be having this kind of slow process of being more and more burnt out from the streaming space?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But it's weird. It's a strange experience to go through as a streamer.
Was this the topic that you mentioned? You came up with the metaphor a few weeks ago about the one speck of poop in the
shit
sandwich.
Yeah. You got a whole sandwich, and you start eating it, and you find out there's 1% of the sandwich is a literal piece of human turd, and that you don't want to keep eating the sandwich, even if you removed that single 1%, because
it's contaminated.
It's already contaminated, you know? And it's hard because I think that's another thing is it takes a lot to go live and forget about the contamination of your shit sandwich, you know, even if you manage to remove it.
Yeah, with the profession that we're in as well, where it's gaming, you know, it is gaming. I'm not saying that we're like, you know, full on FPS amazing people or anything like that, but there is a culture that comes with gaming. Oh, sorry about that, Nick. I know you're grandmaster rank in all the games. But yeah, it's that thing of like, you know, with gaming, the whole point is that you troll other people, you talk shit online. Like there's a certain culture that comes with gaming. And I think it's more kind of more negative than other such professions where it's like acting's more, you know, speaking, it's kind of like, yeah, you'll get people calling you out online. But with gaming, it's like, you know, fuck you, F this, F that, like the most horrendous crap that you can call somebody online. They'll then try and like, you know, dox you and DDoS you as well. They'll try and boot you off and everything. So there's also this culture behind it when it comes to streaming where they want to up the ante and they don't know where the line is. There is no line to them. They just want to see you suffer. And that's the scariest thing I find about the whole gaming / streaming sphere is that because it's online, a lot of horrendous crap can be shown out there that you do not want to be shown. It's
a tough one. It's a tough one, isn't it? And I'm really hesitant to even talk about it, to be honest, because I don't know if talking about it makes people realize that it's working. Because like the whole goal is to make you feel nervous or worried or to throw you off or to impact your life in some way. And I am hesitant to talk about while I'm live or in videos, how it does, like it works, because I don't want them to feel the gratification that it does work. And that's one of the things about Ludwig's video that I thought was a little bit like, he was trying really hard to make it seem like it was just like, they just kind of annoyed him. It didn't actually affect him. But as the video goes on where he's talking about the swatting, you can actually tell it has affected him. Like you can see the emotion start. The opening is like him really trying to dissuade people, but then you can tell it does actually like starts getting really angry and upset throughout it, and he's trying his best to not. And so I don't know. It's like it's a catch-22, right? Because Philip DeFranco covered the Ludwig swatting, but Ludwig openly said in his video, "I don't want to talk about this very much because I don't want people thinking that like it's worked. I don't want more people doing it because the more you talk about it, the more it's going to happen." And it's like, okay, well, Philip DeFranco, millions of viewers, covering it, is that good or bad? You know, to spread the information out there. Anyone watching Phil who thinks that swatting shit, that doesn't change anything because they're not going to make swatting less likely to happen by agreeing, yeah, that's bad. But people who don't like Ludwig or don't like streamers go, oh, swatting, I can do that. Okay, that's interesting. You know?
Yeah, puts that idea in their head. It's like, oh, so I can do this as long as I find out their address. And then, like, yeah, as technology progresses and people get smarter, it's a real thing that will happen, and it just sucks. But like I feel the same way as you do, LJ. I'm like glad we live where we live. Because I don't think that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think America is the only place that this actually happens, like in terms like this
in
level.
France and a few other places as well, but America is the largest, which we have to also question, is it the largest and most frequent in America because of America's culture, or is it like that because that's just where the largest streamers technically are, or like the most, you know, what mainstream and well-known ones? There's a lot of questions around it, and there's a whole deeper thing, but yeah, America, I'd say.
Yeah. It's just a sad state of affairs all around, and you don't want to do it for that reason. Like when you stream, you just want I know that we just want to create like a nice atmosphere. You just want to chill and hang out with people, and then there's always somebody who'll take offense to what you are or who you are rather, and they just want to see you kind of suffer, and it's a terrible state of affairs when it comes to that. But we can move on to bigger and better things, boys. Let's talk about. Shall we move on to the Twitch changes that have happened?
Yes.
Okay. Time to get spicy.
I'm gonna be that guy. Nick, I have to call you out on something.
Okay.
What did I do?
So
What have I done?
when this news came out, I tweeted about it. I think I was one of the very first people to actually tweet about this because I got the email, saw that they'd released the page live. They sent it to the partners, and I saw it, got it all, tweeted it out. It was within 3 minutes of the page going live, I tweeted it out. And then I was running around telling everyone, holy shit, they've made a change. They've changed the exclusivity agreements. And now the exclusivity changes, if anyone doesn't know, are that it's called the Partner Exclusivity Agreement. And it means that partners no longer have to stream only on Twitch or create content only on Twitch. They're now allowed to stream also on YouTube and Facebook, but they can't multi-stream, right? And there's a few other things as well. Anyway, so I was
You
running
came
around
into
telling
my
everyone.
stream live, so LJ comes into my stream live with the news drop, like reporter.
Yeah. And Nick says, just partners? What about affiliates? And I swear, Nicholas, I didn't realize you were one of them. All right? I didn't realize that you were a what about me. It isn't fair.
Wow.
I had enough and I want my share.
And
I didn't say anything at the time. I just said, yep, for affiliates as well, because I wanted to call you out live. Nick, you do realize you could have been doing all of what they've changed this whole time. Why does no one, even Nick, not know their affiliate agreements?
God damn. I mean,
What
listen,
about
like,
us?
yeah. What about us? I'm just sticking up for the little guys. The war's back. Partners versus affiliates. Yeah, no,
So
that's
essentially
that was
It's
the
not actually a big deal. I'm just trolling. The only reason it matters whatsoever is because the tweet got fucking lambasted, however you want to pronounce it, by dozens and dozens of affiliates tweeting back to me saying, I guess this is just partners, blah. Or, wow, it's kind of shit that they're not allowing affiliates to do this, blah, blah, blah. So much so that Twitch got destroyed by affiliates and angry people. They had to update the partner exclusivity FAQ to include a thing that says, an FAQ that says, are these changes coming through for affiliate? And they've had to write, all of the things included in this change have been things that affiliates could do since day one, because it is the case. So if anyone doesn't know, the changes were literally just because partner exclusivity was a thing, right? Whereas you couldn't multi-stream for anyone, and you still can't, unless it's to TikTok and stuff. But yeah, it blew my brain out a little bit to see my Twitter being destroyed by people who haven't read their agreements. That's all. It ruined me, man.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Like, to be fair, I think a lot of people, when they go to affiliate, they feel like they're kind of held to the same terms that partners are, like, you know, just without the tick or whatever. I get that completely. But if you are going to call somebody out on it, like, you know, LJ's tweet and everything like that, at least do some research before you know, let it fly in the wind, because it's going to come back and bite you. That's pretty damn funny. But I guess we should move on to the actual thing of, like, with these changes, the big change obviously being that we can now stream on YouTube. It's got to be an exclusive stream, obviously. It can't be multi-streamed. Do you find, because is there plans for you, LJ, to stream on YouTube? Yes.
Woo! Yes, I am. On
go.
Thursday, I'm going to be live on the Stream Scheme channel. So in 2 days from now, but that won't be 2 days. It'll be 5 days before this goes out.
Yes.
Or 4 days or something. I'll be
It
live
happened
Thursday.
in the past. You missed it. Sucked in.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I'm going to go live on Stream Scheme with a Q&A, moving it, then going into YouTube thumbnail reviews. And I'm going to be pinging the entire SSN Discord, and then I'm going to be wrapping it up by doing an experiment where I try and send however many viewers I've got to watch a specific video and see whether that helps the video go like viral.
Nice.
Or like get algo
Okay.
traffic and stuff. But here's the thing. I don't know, man. I don't know if I really want to do it. I'm nervous to do it because here's the thing. It might give me money, might get me views. It might destroy my soul at the same time.
Why would it destroy your soul?
Because it's not like I'm going to have, you know, a bunch of people watching who are like, they're really clued in, they're amazing, blah, blah, blah. It's probably going to end up being like a lot of beginners, and that's fine. But the problem is beginners will come in and they won't question whether or not their question has already been covered somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
I'll be getting spammed by people asking the same things like, are you going to stay on YouTube forever now? It's like, didn't for first stream, I don't really know. And then it's 5 minutes later, are you going to stay on YouTube forever now? You know? Or it's like, I haven't been growing. Can you give me tips to grow? And it's like, well, do you have a schedule? No. Are you streaming? Are you creating TikToks and other content? No. It's like, have you watched any of my videos? Yeah. How many? All of them. Have you done any of it? No, but I'm all out of ideas. And so it's like I'm fine with beginners. I don't want to shit on beginners. It's just it's frustrating to try and exist while live and do Q&As or talk to people about streaming, and then just have a lot of people asking the same questions. It's also the basic beginner stuff like that has already been answered 1,000 times, and I don't have anything new to give to it.
I think it's time to shorten the Q&A segment, stretch out the other segment.
You know what
figure
you
out
need?
a different segment.
You need like a news ticker, like at the bottom when it's like here's the headlines, and you should just have the most like frequently asked questions. Just will I be doing this all the time? No. Well, what can I do? Just like the instant easy stuff. You should always have scrolling at the bottom, and so they're like you can just point down there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's tricky. I think it's going to be tricky, but I'm excited to give it a go. That's the thing. I'm also excited to do an experiment where I go live on the new LJ side channel. Okay. I'm not gonna swap out a Twitch stream for it, but like. There's been a lot of people saying that if you stream on the account that you're uploading videos on, that it's really, really good for your algorithm. Okay. And so I'm curious if doing like one live stream on that account, a month on like the little LJ count to like 20, 30 viewers probably is going to like be enough to just give it a massive kick in the ass. You know what I mean? Share the stream maybe through SSN or something like that so people can come drop by and just see how it goes. But I don't know. I'm more excited about the real reason why Twitch has done this. But before we move on to that, are you guys going to try anything out?
Oof, Reapz, you want to start?
Yeah, I think I probably will. I think it would be stupid of me not to try streaming elsewhere and see what's kind of capable of, what they have, what they don't have. What I'd like to see instituted at Twitch and vice versa. So I definitely think I will. I'm planning probably to do like a stream on my YouTube. And because I know it's going to be a completely different kind of thing, because you've got to put like a thumbnail up yourself. Like it's not just like your own thing. You've got to schedule when it comes in. And I just want to be like, oh, so that's how it's done on YouTube. So yes, I will be, and I'll let people know, on all the socials when that will happen. But yes, I will definitely be doing it.
Nice.
How about you, Nick? You doing it?
I think I'm going to try it at some point, because especially since my channel is going to be like obviously have a niche topic, so we're going to be it's identified what it is. So if I can live stream myself playing some Master on that channel, give it as a test, and then people realize, oh, this entire channel is about Yu-Gi-Oh, then yeah, hopefully we get some good traction from that. Because doesn't hurt to experiment. Got to try it. But I think down the track, there's something I'm curious to hear your opinions about. So the idea of the multi-streaming aspect to TikTok and Instagram, like so to the short form platforms, which there is, unless you're, I don't even know if Restream even supports it properly. I know with TikTok, you have to have a certain following, a certain amount of following before you can get the proper live tools as well.
So let's break this part down. I think because I wanted to rant a little bit, I didn't quite give the actual full explanation, but let me break this down really quick for everyone. The change is Twitch partners no longer exclusive. You're allowed to stream on any platform you want. You just can't multi-stream to Facebook or YouTube. And you're thinking, why? Well, Twitch says it's because they don't want to have a suboptimal experience for the viewer. Now, that is absolute crap, because if they didn't want a suboptimal experience for the viewer, they wouldn't let you multi-stream to TikTok and Instagram. But they're making an allowance to say you're allowed to multi-stream at the same time on Twitch to TikTok and to Instagram, right? And they're saying, oh, it's just because it's short format, it's different content, blah, blah, blah. No, it's because they don't see those people as competitors, and they see YouTube and Facebook as competitors, right? Yep. Like that is what it is. And for the last few years, a lot of Twitch streamers have actually been growing by bending the rules and multi-streaming to TikTok on their phone while they also stream on Twitch, right? Mm-hmm. They've already been bending the rules a little bit, and Twitch has always kind of turned a blind eye to it, because to them, they realize they're bringing in a lot of viewers. Yeah. Right? Like that is the hard fact of it, right? Like the people who do that, I'm not going to name names because I don't want to say like they broke the rules or anything like that. I don't want to be that guy. But the people who have been doing that, you can see that it's brought in a lot of viewers, and Twitch just kind of goes, okay, we're just going to look over here. Yeah. And this big change is more so them being like, hey, if we do this, we're going to bring in shitloads of traction from short format content. Now you're probably thinking, boys, why would anyone promote their Twitch stream on a TikTok stream? And why would anyone on TikTok come over to Twitch? I think the two major reasons personally, TikTok Live is a terrible experience for a viewer, like absolutely dreadful. And then the reason why I would promote my Twitch stream while live on TikTok is because it's so much better to monetize, right? Like you can monetize so much better on a Twitch live stream. So it's one of those weird things where they've decided, hey, we're going to give you freedom, but the main reason we're giving you freedom is because it's a massive, amazing PR move, right? Like, because Twitch is seen as not creator friendly, right? And this is a good PR move for them. But also, we can bring in fuckloads of traffic if we allow people to multi-stream to short format content and bring them across.
It's also hard to police as well. Like for the large majority of the platform, like they have to have someone going to like it goes to a stream and then it has to go to someone's TikTok and realize that they're also on Twitch. Like it's just an possible thing to even police.
Yeah.
So this is just like the official thumbs up to say that you can do this.
There are some of them that are very obvious though, like people who like blew up. Like there are people who blew the fuck up. Like it got to like thousands of viewers in a couple weeks or a couple months because they were doing multi-streaming on TikTok and telling people to come across, right? Like, and yeah, you're right. It's hard to police, but I think some of them it's quite easy to see as well because you can see the traffic, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I think a lot of people forget, right? A lot of people who look at these things and they commentate on these ideas despite being, they don't actually know much about the industry and they're just kind of a small creator watching from the outline, right? Twitch has the data. Twitch aren't dumb. There's this concept that Twitch is dumb, right? Small streamer Twitter thinks Twitch is idiots. They think all the changes they do are just dumb, but it's not. Twitch has the data. They know where viewers are going. They know what viewers are watching. They know where viewers are coming from. They have all of the data about how people use platforms, where they are, how people are growing, and you can see that. You go follow any of the Twitch devs or any of the feature devs, the marketing devs, anyone like that from Twitch or Amazon on Twitter, they're fucking smart. And they just have all the data and they just reveal all the data for their choices every time on Twitter. But people are like, why would Twitch bother making a change like this? That's so stupid.
Yeah.
They're making a change like this because they know it's going to be great for them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Obviously, they're not going to get it right all the time, but they're not thick as shit making choices. You know what I mean? Like, they're not YouTube removing the dislike button thinking it's going to go down really well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or YouTube dropping the YouTube rewinds and being like, this is going to be amazing.
This is appealing to the kids.
This is a great idea.
Yes. It is very much that kind of mentality. And I can already see people complaining about it, like straight off the bat, because there's always this thing of like, okay, this is great. Like the fact that we're allowed to now go to different platforms and stream, even though we can't, multi-stream, all that kind of thing. I think it's a really good step forward because how can you complain about more variety and more choice that you've given? But now people are going down the line of, because of this change. You may remember, boys, like a few weeks back, there was this thing of like possible changes to Twitch incoming. And one of them was
leaked article, yeah.
Yes, that's exactly right. And one of them was that it's going to go from 70-30, 60-40 split to an even 50-50 for everyone, right? And so people are now complaining like, the next step is that 50-50 split, which even though they already have a 50-50 split, like they're talking like their 70-30 split is going to be taken from them, which they don't have. It's just a weird thing where it just seems to go down the line of like, that's great, Twitch, but I know that this is coming next, so you're actually the worst corporation in the world because of it. And it annoys me every time I read it.
Well, it's because I think it's because we're all a bit more, not on the fence, but we're all a bit more level-headed in regards to how angry we are about things, right? Like, for starters, we're not going to complain about something until it actually happens. Just looking out there at the audience. But I find it's just a little bit rough. But I don't know. Stream Room does a live stream, maybe we do a live stream here on the YouTube channel.
To do that.
Yes.
I reckon it should be. Can I put it out there? And again, this is my clickbait, as it were. If we get to 1,000 subs,
okay,
that's when we do our first live stream. That's the celebratory thing. We get to 1,000 subs on the YouTube channel. And then we celebrate, but for hitting those 4 digis, and we do a live stream podcast. If it's obviously pitching it to you boys, but that's what I think would be cool.
Yeah, I'm down to give it a go.
I am down for that. And so guys, make sure you share the Stream Room podcast. Tell all your friends, tell your family, tell your mum. So you're like, hey, listen to these guys. They talk about cool stuff.
Yes.
So please, let's share it around and
They did
let's
45 minutes worth of random gibberish while talking about poo.
Yeah, exactly.
They love that stuff. Come on now.
I love it.
You know what? I've just realized we're not going to have any idea how long this podcast has gone for because we had to stop half after our intro. So we could be going for 3 hours today. We don't know. We've got no clue. We're off the track.
Caution to the wind. Jesus, take the wheel.
Yes. Yeah. I think we're at 30 something minutes. I think.
Oh well, that will be right then.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I find the changes are really cool, and I'm curious to see what happens. But I am also really excited to try out a few extra streams, try out a few extra things, and see how it goes. But I got a bunch of stuff, dudes. Okay, can we talk a little bit about burnout?
Yes.
I've realized I've made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that I was burnt out.
Mate.
This sounds dumb, right? I thought I was just in a rut or that I was bored.
Yeah.
And now I'm learning that burnout comes in many shapes and sizes.
Mm-hmm.
I probably am still, but I'm trying to take steps to fix it up. And one of the steps I did yesterday was I have completely made a brand new streaming playlist. So I have a thing called the Eljayem, Eljayams, and then all the music that I'll play during a stream. Yesterday, I just deleted my old playlists, and I was like, I hate all that music. I've listened to it for like 8 months now because I kind of refresh it every 8 months, and I'm like, new music. Yep. And I've got the Eljayem, right? And they're all really unique to me, right? I think there's only one song in there that I found through Ludwig's playlist. The rest is like, I found these. You know, these are mine, right?
Yeah.
And I'm so fucking keen to use them. Dude, okay, I love the tracks, but like, not just that, I've just hired, you guys know I've had an editor on the second channel for a while now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now the editor is also going to be doing stream scheme videos.
Nice.
So all I have to do is film. Yeah, all I have to do is film the stream scheme stuff, hand it off, and then they'll pass the video back. So just before this podcast, we started recording. They sent me the finished edit for the first one, gave them feedback. They're going to do changes, but like, I'm so happy for it, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The poor bastard. Okay, I'm not going to name his name, but the poor bastard sent me some of the pay rates that he has for other clients.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy shit, that Bloomberg article about people getting paid, editors getting paid by content creators, is spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, how much do you want to be paid? And he gave me like a range, and I just picked the top of the range because I was like, I want him to enjoy the work.
Yeah.
Apparently everyone else picks the bottom of the bloody range.
Really?
Oh, God.
And it's much more intensive work than what I give to him. I give him like 20-minute talking heads and a bunch of overlay time to put it together for an SSN video.
Yeah.
Here's the pay. He gets given like 5-hour recording sessions with 5 different perspectives to cut together with 1-day turnarounds.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
No way.
And I said to him, I was like, my brother in Christ, I will give you like 8 videos a month, and you can get the proper pay from 8 videos a month. Please just abandon that hellscape you've just told me about.
Yeah. I can imagine. Like, is this for like influencers, or is this for like companies that he's doing it for?
These are content creators, and they're not small content creators. This is why I would want to say his name, because this is like you big content creators.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how are you guys paying so little when you get so many views?
Yeah,
it's shoddy.
It's like they can afford it. Like, the thing is, if you look after your editor, they're going to do a better job. They're going to want to actually, make the videos good.
Yes.
Like,
Boggles.
Yeah, 100%.
Wild.
It blew me away. But I'm also really excited because after we talk a little bit more and figure it all out, I am really keen to hopefully have him doing 4 SSN a month, because that way I'd be able to pump out crap loads of content.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm most excited about is I want to start, this is on my topic of rut and why this came up, is because I want to start challenging myself again.
Okay.
I feel like I've just kind of been stuck in this like rut where I just do what is the easiest because I don't have enough time to devote into anything.
Yeah.
So like for SSN, I want to like have a second angle. I want to start adding things that add production value. I want to be able to film my own like cinematographic overlay again. Like I used to do this stuff in the early SSN videos where I would actually go out of my way to go record me on a green screen for a bit, or like I'd record like this really nice low depth of field shot of like a mic that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like I had a lot more that I wanted to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, I've got this, like, these interviews. I've got all these interviews. I have an interview with Shaluya. I have an interview with Harris Heller. I have all these interviews that I've done live. And I've just never cut them down because I don't have the time to spend to cut down, like, a 3 to 4 hour long interview.
Yeah.
Right? But giving that to an editor gives me enough time that I can just go film everything else and stuff. So I'm super excited to, like, break out of my mold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to be able to like go, okay, I'm going to talk about this microphone today. I'm going to turn all my lights off in my room, get a single spotlight on the microphone, put it on like this little, I got a figure stand that you press a button and it spins slowly.
Nice.
You know, like I get
Yes.
some really nice like low depth of field shots of it and stuff. Like I'm excited to challenge myself again. You know what I mean?
And you'll
One
have
of the
more
big-
time to do it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. And one of the big challenges I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start a challenge for myself and I'm going to offer it to you two as well and see whether or not you're interested in taking
Oh,
on board with this.
sheesh. Okay, go on.
In a couple days, I am going to start a challenge where I have to release a TikTok every single day for a year.
A year.
But the rule also is it's not just I can't phone them in. Okay? They actually have to be an attempt at algorithmically understanding and posting a good TikTok. You know what I mean? It can't just be me throwing a clip into Join Combo and posting it. It has to be like I've put some sort of subtitles on, or I've timed it, or I've cut it, or I've made it sound good. You know what I mean? Like it has to be decent. And this is the reason I'm doing this is because I feel like I am on most platforms now, and TikTok really did a lot for me. But I want to be on that platform properly because I know it's important, and I don't want to be the guy that says, you guys, you should all be on TikTok, and then I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I didn't have time to keep going on it. But I'm going to issue myself a challenge where I have to release one for 365 days.
So, I mean, I already get Izzy helping me out with my TikToks, but I assume that'd be cheating because like we'd have to do it ourselves.
That
right?
would be cheating. It would be
Yeah.
a matter of like, we have to, as individuals, it doesn't matter if you make 7 in one day yourself, right? But as individuals, we each have to spend the time so that we have one that goes out every single day, and it can't be like phoned in. Like I've phoned in some TikToks, right? To when I was releasing them daily in the past.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, okay, I'm not just going to upload a 30-second clip. I'm going to upload like a nice tight 10-second edit with my face cam stuff, maybe some subtitles, throw it together and go from there. Like carefully done. Now you don't have to answer right now. You can think on it. Okay.
I could already answer.
Yeah.
I won't be
Bruce is
able
like,
to do
no.
it.
Yeah.
For the simple fact that I'm like doing Twitch, YouTube, and thing all by myself. The more that I put on, it's going to be more burnout. Until I
you
get
have an
somebody.
editor?
Pardon?
Do you have an editor?
I do have an editor, but not for everything. Like in terms of like, I can't afford an editor for every single one of my videos. So because I do this editing, I do Twitch, obviously, and I've got other things that I do freelancing behind the scenes that isn't for me, it's for other people. So I've got a lot on my plate, and I just know that as much as I'd love to, I know how important growth is for TikTok. And everything like that. I just don't think I have a time to guarantee 365 edited TikToks a year on top of everything else.
What about 30 days?
What about 30 days worth of TikToks?
Could you challenge yourself? If I gave you like a 2-week head start, do you think that you'd be able to challenge yourself to have one released a day for 30 days?
I could do 30 days easy. I can't do 365 days though.
Okay,
I
so
can't
hear me out.
guarantee that.
Hear me out.
Okay.
What if 2 weeks from today,
Okay.
so let's say like the 15th of September,
Okay.
is the day we have to start releasing.
Okay.
And we all have to release every day for 30 days and see how we go.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. So can we write that in the Discord? So
Yeah, I'll do it
15th
now.
of
I'll do it
September for me to the 15th of October or the 14th of October, whatever
15th
it
of
is.
September to
Yeah.
30 days later.
Yep.
Or 30 days,
We will release
one upload a day.
a day of an edited TikTok, which we don't do in Join Combo. We do.
I mean, you can do it in Join Combo, right? But obviously, like, it can't just be all I did was drop it in and export it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to
You'd
do
have to
Premiere
put more-
Pro
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'll actually,
I'm
it'll be
editing as
easier.
well, yeah.
It'll be so much easier
Yeah.
for me. So yeah, I can do that. I just can't do 365. I know that I won't be able to do that.
There's a full year is
That's what my challenge is going to be.
Yeah.
My challenge is going to be a full year of doing it. And I'm pretty sure after 30 days, I'm going to not want to do that.
I quit. Like this,
Yeah.
like the streamer and podcast like a month from now. LJ quits.
Oh gosh,
It's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be a cool experience because I even with even like now like Izzy's editing skills have been getting a lot better and we're always brainstorming on like what tags we're using, how do we have that hook and things like that, and we've had videos generally doing a lot better.
Yeah.
So like how average views on a video is like actually getting a bit higher, which is nice. So it means we're kind of going in that right direction. But I've still got a lot to learn in terms of how to actually, what are the right tags to use, how many tags to use, like all those little intricacies. It's definitely a lot to learn.
It is so much to learn. But what I can promise is that I am now focusing more on YouTube. Now that I actually have time back and I can do these things, I really want to release more content on YouTube, like weekly uploads. That's my overall goal, is the weekly uploads on my personal YouTube channel. And I think that from there can spawn off into making easier TikToks because it's already kind of highly edited. So yeah, I can promise that. I will definitely do the 30-day TikTok challenge. If people want to do the TikTok challenge with us, let us know. Drop in your goddamn comments down here so we can see if you're on board. And we'll see how we all fare at the end of it.
You guys don't have to do you guys can ham it in if you want, right? But I'm offering the challenge for us three that we can't ham it in.
No, we got to do good cuts, good subtitles, music possibly as well, because okay, I'll do
but we
that.
just have to do our best to actually make it decent, right?
Yeah,
Here's the
for
thing,
sure.
Reapz. I reckon Reapz, because we all know what kind of works, right?
Yeah.
We all know it's 9 to 14 second clips with a really big hook at the start, right? To keep people watching, get them to share, maybe comment, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I reckon after 30 days, if we've started seeing traction, I reckon you probably will commit a bit more time to doing it continually.
Well, yes, I probably will. But again, it's very hard. Like people say, TikTok is a great place to grow. It's a great place to, make your kind of stand. But it is also that thing of breaking through the algorithm and having people watch it. Because I'm sure we've all had this, boys. You're like, this TikTok is going to blow up. This is the one. It's so good. I think it's tight. I think it's everything. You put it on there. It's like 200 views. The one that you put no effort into, it's like hundreds of thousands. You're like, how the hell did this, out of everything else, get to blow up to such an extent? I don't understand.
I think it's because overproduced TikToks don't work. Right? Not that they don't work. It's like if it's overproduced, it has to be so overly produced while still so intensely understanding the algo.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Okay.
But if it's kind of rough around the edges, people are way more forgiving and they're kind of like, I want to watch this rough around the edges kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess to me, I'm keen to just learn more about the platform. You know what I mean? And I think this would be a really fun way to learn more about the platform. I feel like I already have a good understanding. I was uploading TikToks and I was able to get a good couple thousand views on most of them, minimum. Yeah. Some of them getting 500,000, 800,000. My biggest one got 3 million. And so I have a pretty decent understanding of it. I just got lazy, to be honest. Well, I need to be kinder to myself. I didn't get lazy. It literally didn't want to be a content creator. I just got tired of it. I got tired of the rigmarole and the routine and the burn and everything.
Can I ask something? How many TikToks are you guys seeing these days that actually utilize the text to speech? Because I know that for a while that apparently if you added the text to speech, it was helpful for the algorithm of the TikTok video. But actually, how many videos are you guys seeing that actually use the text to speech? The ones that are getting all these high views?
I didn't absorb much TikTok. I don't actually like TikTok content as an individual personally. I only absorbed it from a research point of view. And also because I don't watch One Piece, but somehow my TikTok became only One Piece. I legitimately don't know how. I could open TikTok right now, right, on this computer, logged into my account, and I can go to my For You page. And my For You page is Tom Hardy. I'm going to mute it so you don't end up having to hear it.
Okay.
It's Tom Hardy. And now we're just going straight into just One Piece. It's just all One Piece theories. The 10 best devil fruits. I don't watch One Piece. I legitimately don't know what it is about it. But either way, essentially, for me, the content I produce, to answer your question, Nick, I used the voice in all of them because I found the ones that didn't include the voice didn't go as far.
Right.
Whereas the voice worked better and it actually did well.
So I have a question as well on top of that, because we talk about the algorithm and I'm not sure, but there's two ways that you can upload TikToks, one on your phone and one on the PC. And I've heard that it's better to download it onto your phone and then upload it on your phone. How crazy is that?
You know why? It's because the browser doesn't have half the features you need. The browser doesn't have the text to speech, doesn't have the subtitle, the auto subtitle for caption for inclusion. It doesn't have a bunch of stuff like the sounds and things like that. And it does have one thing. You're able to schedule them out in advance. But the scheduling doesn't work.
Oh, really?
The scheduling hurts your release. If you're scheduling, you're pretty much like saying like, this video is going to get way less views. Right. And I was talking to a bunch of TikTokers, and they were like, "Oh yeah, never do that. Always upload, like always send it directly to your phone and put them in your drafts. And all you have to do is open your drafts every day and click send, and that's it. Once you've drafted it all, that's all it is.
The draft tactic.
That makes sense.
But you have to do it from your phone. You can't do it from browse. If you do it from your browser or your PC, you're pretty much just capping yourself at the kneecaps, which is really commonly known. Like that's everyone.
Yeah. I did it originally when I first started TikTok on desktop, and then immediately I found out, go on your phone and it's that much better.
Isn't it hilarious? Like they offer that feature on the desktop and it's just counterintuitive.
I think the desktop feature is for brands, like marketing brands, to upload campaigns and then use paid stuff on it.
Okay.
So I don't think it's like necessarily that they expect everyone to be doing it that way. I think it's just they're giving that feature for someone, I used to work in a marketing agency, and they never used any of the apps on phones. They would always just pull up, the browser for Facebook, upload some stuff, and then run a campaign, right? Or whatever it is. And I think that might be why they have the service there.
Yeah.
But they don't want people doing it. They want the app. And let me guess, there's going to be a comment ready for it. Oh, LJ, they want the app because they're stealing your data. You are listening to this because you want to be a streamer. You literally work for Amazon. You're on Google watching this on YouTube right now, or Spotify, which is Amazon again, I think. Like, what do you, like, don't try and act like TikTok's bad just because it's owned by a Chinese company. America is just as bad, and they own giant companies. Shut up. Like,
like spoiler alert, have you ever spoke about something and then seen an ad for it on a website? Because it already happens, guys.
Siri, everything. Yeah, it is weird. It is weird when you're talking about something and you do get an ad and you're like, I didn't Google this at all, and it's now like a part of my forever advertisement. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, this is every single time. One of my top clips of the last couple of weeks, I did a video about the exclusivity stuff.
Yeah.
And I mentioned how TikTok was amazing for growth. And someone in chat, there's always a couple of them in chat when I say this, who go, I don't want China to steal my data. And I just like, one of my top things was me going, you don't want China to steal your data? They don't give a fuck about you. Like literally just me being like, because they don't. They don't. And then someone was like, my husband works in the military and we're on a military base. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, no one's looking at your individual personal phone and going, oh, well, we know where the military base is now. Like, it was like,
amazing.
That would be amazing, though.
It's like we've literally got Amazon owns Roombas now, and they're mapping houses.
Oh, yes.
Like, come on, man. I can't stand
There's so much data out there that we live in a world where you can't really escape it. You know what I mean? And as you said, there's too much information to be like, oh, we really need to specify on this one person because you're the center of the universe. I completely get that.
Yeah. I don't know. I call it main character syndrome.
Okay. Oh, I like it. That's good.
That's a good name.
Main character syndrome. Like, it's the same thing I say when people tell me like, well, Lyric managed to grow without a camera. I say, well, you've got main character syndrome. Like you're trying to make yourself the exception to the rule, not the rule.
Yeah.
You know? And I know I'm being a bit salty on this, but it's every single time I talk about TikTok, there are these people who will sit there and be like, I've tried nothing, Doc, and I'm all out of ideas. Yeah, you get it. And it's like, okay, have you tried TikTok? I'm not going to use TikTok.
Why should I? Well, that's like so many people just, I think, idolize streaming in sort of this like unrealistic way, where they think that there's the other content platforms, like they know they exist, but they don't bother, even though some of those other content platforms might actually be better for them.
Yeah,
but they refuse. They just
that's what we've talked
refuse.
about a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. Like we've talked about it a bunch on the thing, being like people like hate this shit. Or another thing, like specifically, is like learned helplessness. Like you don't really need to learn a lot to go live on Twitch. Anyone can just go live. You need to learn a lot to be able to do it well, but you can try to just go live. But with YouTube, and TikTok specifically, there's a lot of learned helplessness in the sense that like, I'd love to use TikTok, LJ, but I just don't know how the platform works. And it's like, yeah, just watch a single YouTube video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do you think I learned how it works? I'm not the generation that loves TikTok. I'm 27. I'm married. You know what I mean? Like, I don't spend any time on TikTok, like at all. But I still learned how it worked and got 4 million views.
Yeah. I was going to say, with your TikToks, boys, are you aiming to kind of do original content? Are you aiming to do cut downs of like, gaming moments that you've done? Like, where do you see your TikTok heading? What is your niche for this upcoming challenge? Because I haven't thought of it, but...
I imposed another rule on myself for this challenge.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna impose it on you guys.
Okay.
But I imposed a rule that one video a week would have to be an original piece.
Okay.
So, but I will say one of the original piece can be me like taking a shot from a YouTube video that I've made, like on the LJ channel, and being like, I let this wheel control my life for 12 hours straight. Find out what happened. Did I have to wax my leg or not? Check it out. You know what I mean? Like, and then just have the shot of the video. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like, I've made the rule that for one a week, I have to make it original, but the rest is going to be probably clips from videos and Twitch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I think I can make those work. Here's the thing. I think a lot of people say you can't grow on Twitch with TikTok, or you can't grow on TikTok with Twitch clips. My caveat to that is, yes, you can. It's just most people are hamming it in, only uploading like the converted sizes and going, like, and then being like, why am I getting only 300 views? Actually, most people are excited to get 300 views, but 300 views is like
That's
3 actual views.
Yeah, it's really not much for TikTok. It really isn't.
Every view is an impression is the best way of looking at it, right? A YouTube impression is like someone sees the thumbnail. But on YouTube Shorts and on YouTube TikToks, it's every single view is an impression. It's not an actual view, but we like the big number. So we're like, I got 500 views. That's 500 people who watched me. And it's like 495 people just scrolled right past. They didn't stop whatsoever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The amount of likes you have on the video, that is a good indicator. And then obviously, comments as well, like people who take that time to actually comment, on the video. So like at the moment, it's just, we just grab like, great moments from the channel, and then Izzy like tightly edits them. She does some zooms. She'll add a meme here and there if she can. And obviously she does the captions for me as well. But I down the track, because right now my focus is on the YouTube channel, but down the track I do want to make some more original content for TikTok, because I've got a bunch of ideas for what to do around that. It's just that it's not the focus right now, because I got to pick one thing at a time.
Yeah.
I see myself slowly moving away from Twitch, not to the extent of like quitting Twitch or anything like that. But in terms of, at the moment, I do 4 streams a week, and I usually go between 4 to 6 hours. And that's a lot of time. Like, to be in front of, like, I'm exhausted afterwards. I'm not sure about you boys, but I'm just like, afterwards, like, kill me. Kill me.
I'm exhausted 2 hours in these days.
Yeah.
I used to be able to go for like 5 hours, fine.
Yeah.
But I think lately I've just been a bit bored. So I get tired like 2 hours in.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I want to move away from that so that I can make it sustainable for myself in the future of doing Twitch for a long time. And I know that if I do 4 days a week, 5 hours a time, that you really do, it's like you just have less motivation or less creativity afterwards to really make good edits or TikToks and stuff like that. So I want to slowly phase out into 3 streams a week and, do all the other stuff to really grow the brand elsewhere.
Yeah, teetering between, that's me right now, teetering between 3 and 4. I'm on that edge. I actually have a question to both you boys. Got a really interesting one. If you collected all the Dragon Balls, all right, and you could ask Shenron for a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers, right? Overnight, bang, you've got a YouTube channel, 1 million subscribers with a loyal audience. What would that channel be about? And it could be anything. It could be about anything, right? You just get a channel about anything you want. Loyal audience, what would it be?
All right.
I mean, I feel like a proper answer has to be like PewDiePie level, where it's just about you. The people just give a shit about you, right? Like that has to be it. I don't know. That has to be like, if that's all I can say.
Yeah,
because, like, you don't want to talk about other things forever and ever and ever, but you, if people are interested in you, you're fine, right?
Yeah.
If I had to pick a topic, probably like variety, like Call Me Kevin or Jacksepticeye. Like just play games, upload it, people enjoy it.
I think for me, it'll be social commentary, like Cody Co-Styles, that type of thing, where it's just like taking, random, like Moist Critical as well. It just takes random big happenings of the day and just putting your 2 cents in. That would definitely be mine.
Yeah. Now, what's the meme answer?
I don't think I have one, to be honest. I don't know. I didn't like body pillows. I don't know.
Yeah, body pillows. I'll go with that.
The thing is, right, when you were asking this, I was thinking to myself, I would hate that. Like I don't want to be gifted like that, right? Like I don't want that, like, because you don't learn anything from it, right?
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
people,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like people who say things like a lot. And I'm not saying you said this, but like people will often be like, if I just had a shout out, if I just had a big raid, I'd be fine. And it's like, nah, dude, you don't learn anything from a big raid. You don't learn anything from getting given 10,000 fucking views on every video, right?
Yeah.
You learn something from uploading 30 videos, having 29 of them fail and one of them succeed, and you go, oh, I get it. I understand why that worked. You know,
Euphoria.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you learn something from failing over and over and over and over. Like one of the things recently was, I know for a fact the LJ channel, one of the reasons it's not performing as well as I hope it would, it's only been like 8 videos, right? But at the same time, the big problem is the fact that YouTube has no idea what my channel's about. Because it's all variety content. So they have no fucking clue what my channel is actually about whatsoever. And so the other day I uploaded the video, and in the first couple of hours, it had 140 views. It had a 13% CTR, and it had a 58% retention rate, and it was doing really, really well, but it only had 500 impressions or some shit like that, or whatever it was. So it showed 15,000 impressions across the next like 12 hours. And it showed it to 15,000 people, 0.4% CTR. So they showed it to the wrong people because they had no clue, or they showed it to people that don't care about my face. And none of those people were like, I don't care what that is. So none of them clicked it. Right. And it's like, it's just because YouTube has no fucking clue who my videos are for and who likes my videos.
Okay.
And so that tanked the video's performance. And so it did nothing from that point forward, like literally got 0 impressions. So I had to share it, which I don't like doing because I want YouTube to learn.
Yeah.
But like,
want
it's
them to
just,
learn.
well, I do. I want them to learn, right? I want them to be like, I want them to be like, do you like this video?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Nice. Okay, we'll show more people like you. But it's rough because they're like, they don't know who it's for yet. So the people they're trying to show it to, who they think it's for, they don't have enough data yet.
Yeah.
It's going to take like 30 to 50, maybe even more than that videos before it starts to figure out who the video is actually going to appeal to.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing so variety, which is why I tell people to niche down, not because I think that people have to do it to grow, but because it's like they just want information, and the more specific you are with your audience and the more repetitive you are, it'll understand who likes it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why, like, as I'm making videos for the channel right now, it's like not even like looking at like the views that it's getting. I'm just learning I make the video as best I can, and then as I'm doing the next one, it's like what can I learn? Like what did I learn making that other one? It's like, oh, I'm gonna dress myself this way. I'm gonna give a bit more energy to this, and I'm gonna fix that issue that cropped up last time.
Yeah.
So there's like, yeah, it's constant learning, and it's been good. It's like slowly increasing, the quality of the content itself. And that's where you want to be. You want to use this as your time to learn. And then it will be even more exciting when it does actually start to get some traction and YouTube actually learns what the hell your channel's about.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy thinking about it, because I did a recent video which went well for me, like in terms of the thumbnail and the idea and everything. And I did like a little intro at the beginning because I asked my editor, I'm going to do like a 20-second intro about what this video is about, have subtitles, which is the big thing at the moment. And I thought it turned out great. But the thing is, I know that if I continue down that line, I'm going to be doing these type of videos forever, in terms of like, I'm going down the Nintendo line, and I don't want to do that. So I know that I have to like really think about what I want to do for the next 50 videos, not just for the next one, for the next 50, to really hone that algorithm in. And that's the real trouble for me at the moment, is trying to make that work. Yeah.
Reapz, question. Your Jason Voorhees in Phasmophobia video.
Yeah.
Is that you and I?
Yeah.
I didn't know you uploaded the video. Yeah, it is. You didn't tell me you did one as well.
Oh, yeah. That was ages ago. I'm pretty sure I said, like, if we check the Discord messages and stuff, I'm pretty sure I did the...
I know I released one that covered both of us.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you... Oh, actually, no, I do remember this. Yeah, no, you did. I just forgot it existed. That was a fun stream.
That was a fun stream. We did a lot of Will Smith.
There was
before he became the talk of the town again.
Yeah, about like a few months before he slapped someone, Reapz and I got a ghost in Phasmophobia called William Smith.
So that was the whole pretty much... Well, I should have put Will Smith in the damn thumbnail, but...
I'll go back and edit it.
Yeah, post collectively, I'll do it now.
Yeah.
Not only did Will Smith slap Chris Rock, he slapped us in Phasmophobia.
You know what I'm excited about, Reapsy? Next week, because now the daytime crew, let's go, daytime crew. Next week, daytime crew has got some cool stuff going on.
Yes.
I think we're doing like Monday, we're doing Played Up together.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I've
then
heard of Played Up.
yeah. And then the Wednesday is me, you, and Mads are doing a giant community event.
Yeah.
So we're doing Crab Game, Fall Guys, and maybe one of us might be hosting Marbles, and all of us sending our people to go type join in one person's chat to do a giant Marbles game to see what we can do. Yeah,
That's
to
very
wrap it
cool.
all up.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
would
yeah.
actually be a cool feature for them to add, like for multiple streamers to
Right?
Go to the one
like,
race.
so it's like
Yeah.
one race. Yeah.
That would be very cool.
So the reason why, because I messaged Reapz about it, and I was telling Reapz and I were going to do it. And then I was in Reapz' chat and he saw me talk and was like, next Wednesday, big community collab. And Mads was there and Reapz started talking shit to Mads. And then Mads and I were like in DMs at the same time. She goes, am I? And I'm like, yeah, you can come. Yeah, you're going to be live at the same time anyway. You can come. It's fine. You know, come along. You know?
Come on. Do we know how Mads is finding going to daytime? Is she doing?
They're enjoying
Yeah.
it from what I've heard. Mads said they were enjoying it. I think it's a big move. You
It's
know?
a huge move.
I'm officially 3 weeks into the daytime shift. This will be my 3rd week streaming daytime.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot. For starters, I've learned that React content doesn't work for my daytime stuff. I'm on front page right now, which is great. Like I applied for Twitch backfill, which means that essentially if no one else is online, I'll get put on the front page of Twitch, which gives me a big boost in viewership. And I said when I applied, I'm switching to daytime, and I just would love the backfill to help boost my average a bit while I take this change, because it'll allow me to experiment safely and not feel kind of like I've like a failure.
Beholden. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm trying lots of stuff out. Like I'm doing collabs, I'm doing React content, trying all this stuff out. And I did the React content and it looked like I had 200 average the whole time, but I only had like 70, 80, right? Because the front page helps so much. And I thought that was really interesting because I started the stream and I got like 110 clicks on my go live, 110 people watching. But then as the React content went on, it slowly went down, you know?
Right.
Call to the Lamb does really well. People love that shit on mine. You know, people are all about that. But the thing I'm learning is I really just need, it's just going to take months. It's just going to take months to build up regulars. And I just need to be as consistent as possible building it up and going from there. But the one thing about daytime I've learned, and I'm going to do a whole stream about it probably tomorrow, and then maybe make a video on Stream Scheme about it as well. Boys, I am a failure. I have learned that I am a failure.
Dun, dun,
And let me
dun.
explain. I take streaming way too seriously.
Okay. All right.
It's like my dream job, right? To be a stand-up comedian who gets to play video games, right? That's pretty much live streaming is to me. But because it's my dream job, I've put like way too much energy and I've made it way too serious and stuff like that. And that's what's caused my big rut. You know, heavily feeling like I have to make my go live good, heavily feeling like the video, it has to be, every stream has to be a video, feeling like I can't do sub goals because that's taking advantage of people. I can't run ads because that's making a worse viewer experience. Like every single decision I make to try and be the best possible person I can be, or the goodest person I can be, not taking advantage of people or not ruining their content or not doing X, Y, Z. All of that stuff has led to just an aggressive amount of overthinking.
Right.
And now I'm like, oh, I don't really enjoy this.
Yeah, right.
So I think with my move to daytime, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to be less intense.
Okay.
I'm going to be like, you know what? If I want to do a fun sub goal, I want to build some revenue, I'm going to do it. It's not like I'm forcing people to sub. You know, I can just like, I can throw a sub goal up on screen. You know what I mean? You know what? If I want to just sit there and play Call to the Lamb for 12 hours, I can. If I want to do a stream where I do getting over it, but I don't end stream until I beat it, I should do that. I shouldn't be scared to try it. You know what I mean? And I think I'm going to just, and I'm just going to kind of be like, YOLO, whatever, right? Like if people have a go at me or get upset at me, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just doing what I can.
Yeah.
You know, just giving it a go. And that's one of the reasons, and I had that epiphany. And then the same day I was like, I really just want to do fuckloads of collabs. So I was just messaging people like, let's do this community day. Let's do Played Up. Let's do this. Let's do Mario Kart, but we have to both be blindfolded. You know, I'm like begging all these people. And I'm really excited for it. Because I think I kind of, partly because of the rut and partly because I just take it so seriously and I overthink and I analyze and I worry that I'm going to upset people. It always holds me back.
Yeah. It's
I'm
hard
glad that
because
you got this sort of new frame of mind, like and it's good to see you wanting to just like this is the best time, like experiment, find what really is going to click and what works, and you know what, it's good to hear that you're like trying to chill back because that sounds exhausting as freaking as fuck, LJ. Like just chill out, just freaking find out what you want to do and like just go with the flow, man.
Yeah. As we said last week, now's the best time to experiment. As you know, we're going to start seeing more people come back to Twitch at the end of the year, especially if you're daytime crew like ourselves. So now is the time to kind of find your feet, go for it, because like everything, it's going to take time. It's going to take time to do what you want to do and people to clue onto the fact is like, you're that type of streamer doing this type of thing. I'm all for it. Or, I'll go elsewhere because of that. But the most important thing is that you have to, and I know how like wanky this sounds, but you have to please yourself before pleasing the audience. Because if you like go on stream and you're like, oh my God, I got to do this game again, but I know it gets the views, but I hate doing it. You're going to see like a trail off after time in terms of like yourself and burnout. And that's why like I always go for variety, because I know at least it keeps me entertained, which will hopefully in the long run keep other people coming back, because as they say, they are there for you. We know that's not entirely true, but the more fun that you have on stream, they're the better streams for me, because I'm like, yeah, I feel good about myself. But the ones where it's kind of like phoning it in, I'm like, fuck my life.
Yeah, that's one of my things. I just want to be excited for what I'm doing. And I know it's not easy, right? It's going to be a lot of times I'm probably going to fuck up in the sense that, and here's the thing, I know I'm going to lose a lot of viewership. I've already lost a lot of viewership by moving to daytime, as I said. But like the way I look at it is moving to daytime is kind of like resetting entirely. Right? Like I'm resetting entirely. I'm pretty much having to start again, right?
Yep.
Like new memes, new regulars, new community is going to be built. Some of the regulars are still in the Discord. They're still watching videos. People who can't be there, they've still got the videos to watch. So my community's not entirely gone, but they can't watch live.
Yes.
So there's going to be a big drop there. But at the same time, it's not a big deal. No. I'm not too concerned about it. Speaking of pleasing yourself before you please others, you could also just do what that you lovely young lady who's a Twitch streamer did and have someone else please you live on stream.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah. I haven't seen it.
I wanted to bring this up because I was laughing my ass off at this.
Do you want to give us the rundown for the people who don't know?
I found this on live stream fails within an hour of it happening. Top upvoted post, and I still saw it before the Twitch clips were deleted. But this young woman is replying to chatters. She's had a bunch, not a bunch, but she had a couple drinks apparently. And her partner walks in, and she like mutes for a second and is like, yeah, and we're like nodding, and then she unmutes and is responding to chat. And she's kind of like bent over the desk a bit, kind of like this. Yeah. And then there's a reflective window over on the other side of the screen, like over there, like in this section of the screen.
Yeah,
and
do you know glass has a reflection?
Yeah.
Crazy.
She's like bobbing along because she's loving the music.
Is she loving
the music?
reality,
she's got someone behind her having a good time.
You see the shoulder of her boyfriend behind her, right? And then you see that, and then you see her face go, oh.
And she's been indefinitely banned as far as I've read. People were saying it was temporary, but currently it's indefinite, and she's not back yet. Okay. And they don't know if she's coming back.
Someone was saying a 7-day ban, and I was like, wait, what?
I think that's what they were. I think that's like one of those things where people thought it was really short to start with, but Twitch has not confirmed or denied anything.
Right.
Because like most like porn bans or most bans for that kind of thing end up being like a good 30 days or something like that.
Yeah.
But of course, there's the fact that, Gideon hasn't been unbanned for sending a hate raid yet. And if she gets unbanned for literally having live sex, and he's raised a bunch of concerns about that, which is also he's raising those concerns because he wants partner attention as well as the back on. Yeah. But then I watched Ludwig's video covering this whole thing as well. And in that he talks about Gideon's concept. And there is also another woman who went live and completely revealed everything and did like a strip show. Got banned for, I think it was 3 days or a week or something like that, and then was back.
What?
And it does feel a little bit strange sometimes how inconsistent these bans are and how this bias has issues.
Without a doubt, it's inconsistent. Like the fact that there is just like live porn on this on the screen, and people are like, "Oh, this is a good amount of time for a ban." When like in reality, it's kind of like, well, isn't this just then looking really poorly on Twitch if, a hate raid compared to like full on live sex? What is that? Like, what do you think is the line? What's like an indefinite ban for you? Like, what do you think?
Whatever Dr. Disrespect did, I guess. I think the reason Gideon got a much harsher sentence than most was because when he got banned, he didn't admit any kind of fault. In fact, he kind of doubled down and continued to harass on other platforms.
Right.
Like, I think Gideon has kind of eased up a bit and understands, but I do think he still hasn't quite admitted to the fact that he got banned and the ban became indefinite and perma after he continued to raise a stink and never really admitted that what he did was against terms of service and incorrect. You know what I mean? It was also targeted against a woman, and there were a lot of like attacks against her because she was a woman. You know what I mean? If it was a male streamer and he put up a photo of the male streamer looking, you know, a little bit tired because they aren't wearing makeup or the lighting's not nice, no one would bat an eye. That would just be like, yeah, you've just got a photo of him that. But it's specifically targeting her because she did a no makeup photo for an equality post or something like that.
Yeah.
So I understand that Gideon probably should be unbanned by now, but it became perma because he didn't backtrack or apologize or admit any kind of fault.
Yeah.
I think for me, I understand why it's brutal to do consistent bans though. Like how are you supposed to have consistent rules for this shit?
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, it's like you're blatantly when someone's blatantly just like, you know, like consciously like, I am gonna break the TOS by doing this. That obviously should warrant like a really harsh ban. With this streamer who got caught recently, they in the defense of they were trying to hide it, obviously forgetting there was a window next to them. But they were trying to hide it for the most part.
Well, I guess it's
like
more
you
the
could
fact-
have that argument either way. It's like, okay, well,
Come on.
I would be like, you
Everyone
should not
knew.
be doing anything like that
No.
on
no,
stream.
definitely not. Like they
at
obviously
all.
knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
Just because it's not in shot doesn't mean that you kind of sneak it away. Like there's another big issue is if you scroll down just chatting or go to some categories like Barbie Adventure in Dreamtime stuff, like dead categories, there are people like who will watch like Family Guy, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
entire
yeah,
episodes of Family Guy and stuff. But the real problem is the fact that there's also sometimes cam girls there who stream on Twitch the top half of themselves and then have a link or a way for them to go to
yes.
their other live stream where it's the bottom half. And they use that as like an advertising funnel for people to find them and like get some. And I have nothing against sex work or adult work whatsoever, but I do think there's a time and a place to be advertising, and I don't think Twitch necessarily is the place to be pushing links to porn sites and stuff like that, or doing, you know, sexually explicit things.
Yes.
And now this is where we have to come up with the concept of what about hot tub streamers? And I don't think that's people are drawing terrible conclusions if they think hot tub streamers are anything like someone having literal sex on stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Someone will fucking say.
That definitely. My favorite, like going through the tweet replies, because I think it was someone had like posted about it, which was the tweet that got linked. Yeah. Going through the replies, someone screenshotted that moment and then with the caption, "When the Twitch bits hit different."
Oh God,
That was my favorite of the whole thing. It was great.
This streamer who did it, is she like a partnered streamer? Is she like, was she just like,
It's hard to tell because the channel got banned, so all the info
Right.
is gone for a little while. So I personally don't know.
Is it still on Twitch Tracker? Does that still show up if a channel gets banned, or is it disappear?
I don't know. Good question, to be honest. I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
But to be honest, here's the thing, right? Forsen got linked a GIF that after a few seconds turns into a giant horse cock, right? Having sex with someone.
I remember this,
right?
yeah.
And he got banned for like a week. Pokimane accidentally dragged a clip onto screen of Pornhub and she didn't get a ban whatsoever. And this leads to the conversation of favoritism, right? That is the exact same situation, right?
Yep.
An accident happened. One of them, you know, some people did something. They tricked someone. They caused a big streamer to show something. Forsen gets banned. Pokey doesn't. Nothing against Pokimane, but I'm pretty sure Pokey would want the exact same consequences that Forsen got, or Forsen should get the same that Pokimane got. You know what I mean?
I think she actually rallied to have the same consequences.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? And like, I like Twitch. I love Twitch, but there is a huge amount of favoritism sometimes.
Oh, without a
And
doubt.
even Ludwig admitted that he accidentally showed a bunch of cowboys nude slapping each other's asses during a TikTok competition, and he didn't get in trouble whatsoever. He said that he was going to, and then he got a message from his partner manager being like, "Hey, a couple of us really like you over here, so we pulled some strings, managed to get you just a little for the warning, just be more careful." Which I don't know if I'm a fan of.
No.
I would rather be held
Accountable.
You know what I mean? Or everyone should be getting the exact same treatment when it's an accident. You know what I mean? And in general, it feels bad because YouTube recently has a conversation on YouTube about the exact same thing and how there is favoritism. And it's always Markiplier is used as the example. The Markiplier never gets strikes or copyrighted or anything or demonetized, but then someone will upload the exact same content and they will.
Right.
And so it is rough, but I don't see how you could possibly. How are you supposed to? How are you supposed to manage something as big as these platforms and having consistent bans across the board? I think it's easier said than done.
Yeah,
it is, and I think if you have like kind of the accident rule, then you're gonna have people that will abuse that. Like they'll just be like, "Oh, it was an accident," like and then it gets really, really like grey. Like it becomes just a foggy wasteland. So I think they'd have to just keep the same stance for everyone, regardless of size of who they are. There needs to be a standard, and that needs to be upholded.
Yes. Like it has to be a blanket rule, I think. And when you do see that favoritism that's so blatant, that's when people really start rallying. That's when people really go, this isn't fair. And it's never a good look for Twitch, especially for content creators to go to if they know that, because I'm not a favorite of theirs, I'm going to be punished more harshly than others. Because remember, it was only a recent thing where if you got banned, they will tell you the reason for why you got banned. While in the past, you'd get a ban and they wouldn't give you a reason at all. Just you are now banned and we'll see you in X amount of time, if that. And I think it really comes down to the fact of if you want to gain that trust, you have to go, I know it's accidental, I know it's this, but because of it, this is a blanket 3-day ban. We won't give you a strike, but it is a ban because of it. And if they can do that, if they can actually uphold that and put like some sort of like graph over there, like we understand that this happens, so you'll get indefinite ban for this amount of time. But just more transparency is what a lot of people are asking for. And I, for one, completely agree, because I know there's probably going to be a chance that I'll get banned in the future for whatever reason and don't know what I did. And at least I know now, okay, it was for this reason and it was for this amount of time. And you can be like, yep, or you can dispute it. But there never was that option.
Yeah, I remember from years ago, I knew a small streamer and she used a webcam. And she just had her room behind her. And there was this one, I wasn't there at the time, I heard about it later. She had accidentally left her dildo on like a desk and it was just in frame.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Completely banned, just permanent instantly. And it took her like 2 weeks of like emailing Twitch for them to finally like reverse that. Just a little accident like that. So and obviously, I mean, this was like ages ago, so things at Twitch have probably changed a bit, but it's just another example of how inconsistent it can all be.
I just think it's always going to be a trouble. It's always going to be a trouble. Hey, but on rather than us just talking about bans, because let's be real, people are probably sick of it. I just got given a new YouTube feature.
Okay.
I got a brand new YouTube feature. I'll link it in general. I think because I use YouTube polls so much, if you give that a cheeky click, they've given me access to image polls.
Oh,
so,
right.
Yeah, check it out. So I can now post image polls. So the one I'm testing it with, the first one I've ever done is, which new legendary Pokemon do you prefer? And I've got the 2 new legendaries from the new Pokemon game coming up. The actual photo of them is in the poll. So you can see the photo and then their name and you can vote on it, which is sick because it takes up way more real estate. It's way more eye-catching.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see how it does.
I think that's just a feature that just rolled out in general, because I just went to make a poll and I can drag images in there.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying I got it special. I'm just saying it's just like, it's finally there, right? Like, because this is something that has been only on mobile for like years now, right? Like for like ages, you can only do it on mobile, and there was only subsets of people who are allowed to do it.
Right.
And like, I've just been so keen for it. Me and Iona have both just been desperate to have it. And like, I only saw it popped up today and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. This is awesome. Like, all I do is post polls. Like, not all, but I love it every time.
Yeah.
And so I'm so keen to like see if it works and does better.
That's really cool. And like GIFs as well. And you can add a video in there too. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
It's pretty sick. I'm pretty excited for it, which means now my SSN poll is going to be like, what do you prefer? It's going to be like a little YouTube logo, little Twitch logo. You know, it's going to be perfect. I'm excited,
Even
man.
better,
It's a lot more work, but I'm excited for it.
Speaking of YouTube, though, they have a brand new head of creators as well, which is by the name of Kim Larson, who previously was the global managing director who helped a bunch of top brands with marketing strategies on YouTube. And then so she's had a lot of work with creators. And now so she's stepped in the role to fill... I forgot his name, the previous one.
Lloyd or whatever.
Yeah.
Because Fizz left, and then is this for YouTube Gaming or is it someone else?
No, I'm not sure if it's YouTube. It might be for YouTube Gaming, but she's like the head of creators, just the new
Okay,
head.
so this is different. She's the COM. Okay, yeah. Then no, I don't know who the person was, but YouTube Gaming is still on the wind as well, which has no one to lead.
no one's too afraid to step in.
Lester, I think, is running it right now. I haven't looked into this. Is there anything important? Like, I don't know if they're going to make changes. YouTube is big. I stand by one person in a big wheel of things can never make any real change.
Yeah.
It's the reason Fizz left, you know.
We'll have to wait and see. But because, I know, will she make change? We'll have to wait and see. But it was just an interesting thing to sort of mention, like that they have this new person in charge to see what they're going to do, what change they make, or, well, you know, will they make things worse? Who knows?
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say, what do you think is the biggest thing that YouTube needs to add to like at least rival Twitch at the moment? Like,
they need to give streamers a personality, or like they need to give streamers kind of like, the problem when you go to YouTube is you're a YouTuber, right? Even if all you do is mostly stream. But you go to Twitch, you're a streamer because it's like for it. They need to like give streamers, they also need to give shorts creators.
Okay.
They need to give people who want to do specific stuff their own space, right? And people are like, well, LJ, no one uses those spaces. And I agree. But they still need to do it so that people's perception begins to shift and change, that YouTube isn't just videos. It's also short format. It's also gaming, like actual live content. Because right now their live content is like premieres, it's news, it's got everything. But they need to be like, here is our YouTube live section. And just be like, here's all the categories, here's all the stuff, here's all this. Even if people don't end up using it, they need it to be there so that we stop thinking it's one thing when it actually can be others as well. Yeah. That's my big thing. I think my big thing is that, or more community-based tools, you know, fix raids, add your own version of channel points, maybe, add a bunch of stuff like that. Like that's my big thing. I hate that streaming on YouTube is seen as an add-on and not its own thing right now.
Yeah, like wouldn't you be able to go to the YouTube homepage, just like, and you have the three sections, like, okay, so here's channels you've subscribed to of like, you know, your most recent videos. Here's some here's some channels that you subscribe to that like are live, and then, you know, and then shorts, whatever. But like, imagine if on the, you know, the top left-hand corner where the YouTube logo is, imagine if that was sectioned off. So you have like YouTube, then live, and then shorts, and you could just click the one you wanted to go to, and then you get just all the live streams on YouTube, or you just go to the shorts. Like, I just want to look at shorts. You go to the shorts part of YouTube, and it's only shorts.
Yeah, it needs to, they're exactly right. It just needs to give you those three buttons. I don't care if the homepage never changes, as long as you give me the three buttons that says live, shorts, VOD, or whatever, right?
Right.
Because, and people will always argue this. They always argue that right now it already has something like that. But we all know, if you go to YouTube, for starters, you have to scroll on the left to find the live section. And when you actually click on live, it's not what you're looking for. It's not streamers. It's literally anything that is alive. It could be a premiere, could be, as I said, news, and half of it's not even actually live right now. It's rebroadcast.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I want, like, literally, I click on live and it has everything I want, not trending gaming videos. This is the other thing. You go to YouTube Gaming, right? And half of it's not even live streams. Half of it is Mr. Beast doing Squid Game on Mr. Beast Gaming, or someone else doing other stuff. And it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Like, when they first rolled out the YouTube Gaming website, like, I didn't fully understand why they were doing that in the first place, because like okay, they're going to make a separate like YouTube website just for gaming videos, when people, you know, that want to watch that stuff, they already go to YouTube, you know, the main website anyway, because they're subscribed to those channels and they'll get recommended those channels because of the algorithm. So I didn't understand why a separate website needed to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels weird. I don't know. I find that's my big thing for YouTube. But at the same time, I also feel like it's just time as well. Like, a lot of people are saying that the Twitch exclusivity changes is desperation, essentially. I'm not going to say the creators, but I've been told and I've seen a lot of people saying that the Twitch exclusivity changes are a desperate move. They know they're losing, they know they're failing, and that's why it is. But like, I don't see how you can see this as desperation, this exclusivity change. How the fucking anyway is it desperate to say out loud, we know our product or our service we offer you is the best live streaming service right now. Go and stream wherever you want. See what the other ones are. We know you'll be back.
Yeah.
Like that's legit. Like that's the only way I can take it. Because if they were truly desperate and wanted to keep people, keep talent, they wouldn't let them go anywhere else. They wouldn't let them see if the grass is actually greener. But they're letting people see if the grass is actually greener on the other side. And they're confident, or at least they even if it's unfounded, right? Even if it's a bluff, even if the confidence shouldn't be there, at the very least, it does come across as very confident that they're saying, "Hey, we know you'll be back.
Yeah,
you can try out that other grass, and you're going to realize it's not as green as you think."
It very much is a culture thing as well. Like, I think we know that the best experience for live streaming is on Twitch. There's its own kind of like hive mind. There's all these memes that they're trying to replicate on YouTube. As you know, like Ludwig's got his own, like plugin that makes it more Twitch-like. Because again, it can't be replicated at the moment. While it's great, like YouTube streaming can be great, even finding the channel is a freaking mission in itself. And it's so frustrating that the most simple thing is to actually have its own section to be like, these are the streamers, rather than you got to click on live and then you got to click on the certain category. And then hopefully that streamer that you're after is there. Because as we know, sometimes you click on their channel and it doesn't even show their live streaming at the time, even though they are. And you're like, how can I just find this? Like, it's so hard to do. Well, on Twitch, it's all there. It's got the go live. It's got your follower list over here. These are the amount of people watching. Go jump in. And I wish they could replicate that more on YouTube, because it's not the experience that I obviously go and see, because it's just so hard to find those live streams.
Do you think it's probably in the pipeline, and just because YouTube is such a huge company, like there's just a lot of these just, the gears are just slowly turning for them to
I don't think it's a priority for them at the moment. It's not a priority. They know
They
that
openly said that.
Yeah.
They've tweeted it out.
Yeah, their bread and butter
They-
is the videos. Everything else is just meh.
Their team over at YouTube have tweeted out, you may think that this is something you want, but we know that this isn't what is important. Discovery comes from videos. Upload videos, and then the people who subscribe to you, we will show you their a live stream.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's their whole thing. They're like, it doesn't matter. But I don't think they realize that it's not a matter of discovery we care about. It's a matter of we need to change audience perception about the platform. And as streamers, we want to feel more confident to be there, right? Like,
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off, Reapz, but I'm very passionate.
Go. That's all I'm saying, is that they know it's not their goddamn mission at the moment. Their mission is to make the best video website. Videos on demand, they've got it right there. This is supplementary. This is like something that they want to have, and they can probably advance on it if they feel the need to. But at the moment, it's not on their radar to that extent. It is to us because we're streamers, but to them, it's kind of like, yeah, this is just an added benefit of being on YouTube. You can live stream, but it's not our priority. Again, our priority is making the best videos out there and getting that evergreen content. So I guess it's like that thing. You got to know what you're making it for. For TikTok, it's obviously quick, smart, snappy type of videos. As much as there's live streaming, people don't use it for live streaming. They can, but they really don't. It's there for, you've got to know your audience, and you've got to know what the content to produce is. And Twitch at the moment is the mecca. It's the mecca of live streaming.
And because that's their only focus. That's their business model is streaming itself. Or, like you said, Reapz, with YouTube, they know the videos matter more, so they're going to prioritize that.
All right, boys, I want to show you something, and maybe we can include this in the edit somehow, like throw it up just to make life hard for Reapz. That is an image. This is just on the LJ channel. So all I watch on that channel is Northern Lion. Literally all I watch on that channel is Northern Lion.
Okay.
But if you go to what I just sent you there in general and look at the images, this is what happens when you go to just live. So I'm filtering just by live. Top left, Game Chops. Cool, that's fine. I have no idea who Selen Tatsuki is. I've never seen that creator, but that's a bunch of VTubers playing Mario Party. I've never watched anything to do with Cardfight Vanguard or VTubers on this account, so there's another one there. Some dude giving away free Robux. Again, never looked at anything to do with that. 100 summer pranks in 24 hours. Girls and boys face fears, 24 hours. And this is one of the most horrendous thumbnails I've ever seen in my
I want to
life.
punch the screen from this thumbnail.
When the right one comes, again, I have no idea what any of this crap is, right? My favorite, a Dragon Ball Z thumbnail, and the title is "Are Foreign Women Worse Than American Women?" What?
84 watching, uncut, uncut.
Disneyland live stream is next, which is fine. Some anime thing, My Hero Academia and Black Clover suck. Grading all anime. I don't watch anime stuff on this channel.
Yeah.
And then we've got some Roblox stuff. We've got Rainbow Friends, Jurassic World Evolution 2, World Dominion, which what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
But also, I'm scrolling through. I can't screenshot. Also, maybe I'll screenshot this for you as well. But I'm scrolling through. There's a bunch of channels exactly like that Gaming Creative one in the bottom left.
Yeah.
And they have the exact same thumbnail of a tire, but rather than the dogs, there's syringes full of like different rainbow colors. Or there's a bunch of nails, or there's like a rainbow fish placed on these nails in a tire. It's really fucking weird, dude.
Yes.
It's like there's these. And they've all got the same title. Rainbow Friends or Rainbow Syringe, Jurassic World Dominion. This is freaky, okay? And then if we keep going across, more VTubers. I think it's because VTubers are massive on YouTube Live. It's where they all go.
Huge, dude. Like they're absolutely massive on live. Like I get the same thing when I go to live. Like it's very similar to this, where VTubers are at the top, and I go into the stream, and it's again just like a VTuber talking in, you know, whatever their normal voice is. But I don't understand how so many people are following them. And that's not a knock on them. I can't comprehend, like, have they got like a kind of a YouTube channel outside of this where they've made their personalities known there, and then there's live streaming, so it's additive? Or is it just because people really love VTubers on YouTube? I don't get it.
I think it's just a huge collaborative giant community. Right.
Yeah.
But then there's some music channel where the thumbnail, I would consider that a naked woman.
Yes.
Like that is what that is,
yeah,
right?
that is straight up.
I would be hesitant to even show that. You might even need to blur that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, and then the final one, must watch new funny video 2022, super hit comedy video, try not to laugh. And the thumbnail is a woman holding a man back. The man is pregnant. He looks like he's dying. A doctor is holding on a hose to his face, and the other end of the hose is going into another woman's asshole while she's farting into it.
Yeah, this is going to be on screen. So if you are watching, you may want to go to the YouTube side to see all this. But this
is the entirety of it.
It's
like
so
I'm gonna go incognito and see if the same shit comes up, because this is why I'm saying they needed to understand and filter this shit. Because yep, there you go. I'm on incognito. It's all the same types of stuff. Rainbow popcorn song for kids. Oh, dude,
Here's what I want to say quickly as well. I go, because I'm interested. I click on the live section of YouTube, and then it usually, for me, it's like, here's all the games, the top games being played at the moment. And usually one of the top ones is Minecraft, and you click on Minecraft. And the problem that I think that they really need to overcome, that Twitch has kind of made one of their priorities, is that if you're rebroadcasting like a video, you've got to say this is rebroadcast footage. This isn't live. This is rebroadcast. While on YouTube, it's literally just a person showing their channel on repeat. And all the big ones. So that's how they get people to go over and click subscribe. And it's so frustrating that you want to see live content, but it's not live. And there's no indication that it's pre-broadcast, even though it says live on their thing. It's really frustrating. And I think that's what they need to overcome more so than anything.
I think everyone always says the reason why YouTube is such a good place to stream and create content is because it's such a wide variety of people on it.
Yeah.
There are billions of users, billions of hours of content. It's all up there. You can appeal to all of it. You can be on there. That's also a massive drawback.
Yeah.
When the fact they don't have an algorithm that actually understands what you're willing to watch yet.
Yep.
That's... I'm honestly, I'm just amazed by that image. It's just
My takeaway from this is just from that image and a few other things, I'm starting to not feel like I agree with Devin Nash's take that it's the best place for you to grow a live stream. Best place to grow a YouTube channel? Absolutely.
Yep.
But specifically a live stream, I don't think that's the case anymore if that's the kind of shit they're showing to people, especially to a guy who literally, that is the channel I only watch Northern Lion on.
Yeah.
Because that's the channel that's logged in on my phone. And the only time I'm logged into that is on my phone, or if I upload a poll, which I just did. And the only thing I'm watching is I send Northern Lion playing Super Auto Pets to my TV from my phone.
Yeah.
Do you think this is maybe... So having YouTube knows that channel only watches Northern Lion. So is this YouTube's way of being like, we're just going to throw everything at the wall at this person and see what sticks?
But it understands what videos right? So it'll show me like, it'll be like, oh, you're watching Northern Lion? Okay, we're going to recommend to you Malf or Dan Giesling, or we're going to recommend to you, I do get some Ludwig recommended because he plays with him. Like videos, it knows who I watch and they're recommending those people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not recommending me any live streams that in any way connect to the topics of the games connected to those. It's like how is there this big of a disconnect?
Yeah.
It's the same thing as like how YouTube shorts are such a big disconnect. You know, they say they're fixing it and it'll update. They've released saying that shorts now connect to recent uploads.
Yeah.
But there's no proof. I don't trust it.
Did it actually come out? They sort of said they were working on it.
One of them tweeted today is the first big step of that.
Okay.
Without any links, anything like that, no FAQ, no explanation of the features, just that the algorithm is now first big step is linking your shorts to your recent longer format uploads, which again, still no proof of it actually doing anything other than hurting your CTR.
Mm-hmm.
But sure, right? If Mr. Beast starts uploading shorts every single week for his channel to help get as much exposure as possible, maybe I'll start doing it. But if Mr. Beast won't even do it, fuck off.
Yeah, just like there's no point. Well, shall we get to the Q&A section for this week, Bloods?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we should. Who was meant to pick it this week?
Oh God, I don't know.
Who did last week? Who did the video? Like was Reapz.
It all
was me.
It all got thrown off a little bit.
Yeah.
But look, we've got enough questions there. We can just pick one. I'll pick one right now. Off the top of my head, I won't even read it. And then we'll just be fine.
Yeah, it's the prestigious question of the week. We're going to pick at random, and the winner goes
Everyone remembers their first hater, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was your very first hate comment from Jess? I can answer this really quickly.
Yeah.
I actually don't. And I think the longer you do this and the more hate you get exposed to, the less you will remember individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually don't remember my first hate comment. I don't remember most of my hate comments after a week, but I do remember the weird comments.
Okay.
The comments that unsettle me and make me feel like freaked out, which I shared one with you. I'm not going to go into, but I shared a comment that I got this week with you two.
Yeah.
And you were both like, what the fuck?
Yep.
That's the kind of shit I remember, but I don't remember hate comments anymore. So Jess, if you're asking this because you're worried that you're always going to have the hate comment in the back of your head, don't worry, you won't.
Yeah, it'll phase out. So I'm the same. I usually don't really. They're usually just passing thoughts. But the one that does stick out is I remember back when this was like within my second year of streaming, someone came in and called me a fat ugly Mexican.
Oh, yeah, you told us this one.
And I remember it because it made me laugh. It's like that. Just like cool. Like I don't know how you got that, but sure.
That kind of boggles the mind. I've already said this story many, many times. Literally the first comment ever spoken to me on Twitch was uppercase cuck. That's the first thing I ever experienced on Twitch was somebody calling me a cuck, and I was like, this is the good life, man. This is how I'm going to make it
your
big.
hate though.
Pardon?
Is that hate? I don't know if that's a hate
Oh,
comment.
okay.
I think that's just a troll, right?
Hate comment. Well, I got an email. I literally didn't even... I got an email from somebody. I got a personal email of somebody who watched my Twitch channel and must have been angry at me for something. And they didn't want to say it in the chat for whatever reason. I think I posted it to the lads. I forgot what it basically says, but it's basically, you're always going to fail. You're terrible at life, something like that. You look like an angry lesbian, which I'm like, great. And I had two choices there. I was like, do I reply to this? Because it was like nonsensical rambling, right? It was just, they wanted to vent. They hated me for something. And some of the comments didn't even make sense, or I didn't understand where they were going with it. I was like, I could respond to this and like shut them down, or like, go ratio, something like that. But I was like, if I try and transgress with this person or try and have a rapport, I just know that it'll come, like just more of it will come. So I literally was at that point of like, there's a big separation between being so angry that you want to write in the heat of the moment in chat and to actually address a personal email and send it to me. It was so bizarre. So yes, I remember it well.
I got a special treat for you, Reapzy.
Okay.
I have your email.
Oh, okay. Do you want to read it out?
And I'm going to read it out to you as a dramatic reenactment for you.
I need to put music in. I'm going to put some music in the background.
He's also used his full name. I'm not going to leak it, but he's used his full name.
And the profile picture is something else.
It's like, okay, cool. But it's also, as I read this, it's very confusing. But here we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
You're dumb and look like a mentally handicapped lesbian from the 1960s. Get absolutely wrecked, dummy. Feel free to keep watching my streams as long as CBC presides them.
What the fuck does Cardboard Cowboy have to do with it? What does he mean as long as CBC provides them? What does that mean?
I don't know who this person is. I don't know what their streams are. And I don't know what he's talking about.
Did you do a stream with CBC?
I did stream back in the day with CBC, but not recently, obviously. We've gone on like different trajectories in terms of what we do. So, yeah, I've got no clue. I got no clue.
Also, he says, feel free to keep watching my streams.
I don't know what stream is this? Like, I don't know what he's talking about.
I know you're watching in incognito, Reapz. I know in your spare time.
This is a fucking weird fucking
because there have been times in the past where I've got people who come into my stream and go, oh, where's your COD content? And I'm like, you must be thinking of somebody different. And I think there's a streamer out there called like Reapz or something like that. And they get confused, and that's fine. But this is obviously, they know me. And I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what the point is. And I don't know what made you feel the need to email me with your full name and your profile picture, because now I have more information on you than anything. But you know what? I just ignore it and I move on, because this person does not seem fully aware of what or who they are.
Very drunk person.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's like we laugh at it and we move on. That's
exactly. If you give them any type of notification, kind of like what we talked about with, swatting, it's just, it's just going to snowball from there, and you'll get more hate comments and they'll like want to do more. So I just ignore it and move on to answer the question that was given this week. It sucks. It's never nice to hear hateful things said about you, but again, they do it for a reaction more than anything.
Do you guys agree or disagree with the statement that it's easy to ignore a hate comment and doesn't affect you whatsoever, but it's annoying as fuck to have someone just be blatantly wrong? Just be blatantly incorrect.
Yes.
I released a video 2 weeks ago about YouTube growth, and it's called New YouTubers ... Please do these 3 things to grow. It's something like this. Please do this to grow on YouTube in 2022. Right? Did really well. Now, I clarify again. I said the word new YouTubers, okay? And there are 3 tips in the video. One of them is talking about how your face doesn't matter, which you guys have heard me say a lot. Make thumbnails that are regarding an overall concept. If you can, you can't always. Sometimes you need to have your face. But if you can cover a concept to a large demographic, do that instead. The third one is talking about a snowball, release content as a snowball, which we've talked about a lot. I haven't talked about on the channel before, so I want to cover it. But the middle tip is about using community polls. Okay. And I talk about how to use them, what to use them properly, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. The majority of the comments on that video are people saying, this is supposed to be for small YouTubers. I can't use community polls because I don't have 500 subs yet. Great video, man. Clearly you have no idea how the platform works. And I have to be like, 500 subs is a fucking new YouTuber. Like, I can't only make content for 0 viewers.
Yes.
Right? Like for 0 tubes and stuff like that. But my favorite is this guy commented, you go on and on about community polls, a feature small YouTubers can't even use ... Yeah, so helpful ... And that pissed me off.
Did you reply? Okay. Before you say, Nick, do you think that LJ replied to said comment?
Yes.
I also will go with yes.
Here's the thing, right? I replied back, 500 subs is a small YouTuber though, ? And you can use this because you're at 829 subs, good sir, and you only need 500 ? Right? He can use the feature.
Yeah.
Right? And then I follow on. And if you couldn't use them, then why focus on the part of the video that doesn't work for you when you could instead focus on the other 2 out of the 3 tips? I'm not going to make content that only works for people with 0 subscribers. Sometimes advice is for everyone. Sometimes you need to put a small amount of work in before you can use certain tips. I'd recommend focusing on what you can do and less on what you can't do.
Boom.
Right? But everyone on that fucking comment section, and I'm losing my goddamn mind.
It's like you can tell how much you were holding yourself back writing that. You just want to be like, "You're all idiots, you fools."
But it's not even like the idiots. It's just like it's like I get frustrated because I'm like, why are you setting yourself up for so much failure when all you're doing is focusing on the one thing you in the video you can't do?
Yeah.
You know? And like you click on their channels and their channels don't cover the other two tips. So it's not like they're like, yeah, I'm doing all this already. But silver lining to wrap this up, because I think we have to drop frames.
Yeah.
The same video, Call Me Kevin commented on.
Is that one?
That's right. Yeah.
One of my favorite YouTubers commented, great video. Was very surprised when I randomly came up as an example. Ha ha. And I was like, let's go. That was the swing to back to good LJ. It was just like pissed off, annoyed at these people commenting, and then Call Me Kevin comments like,
that's the good life right there. That is the good life.
I've always said to you guys that one of my biggest fears is having an established YouTuber or creator look at my content and they'd be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Right? But so far that hasn't really happened. I've had like, I had Small Ant comment on a video and say, this is a great video. I've had now Call Me Kevin comment and say, this is a great video. So I'm like, just do it, and I replied being like, I try to use creators who have great concepts, Kevin, and packaging as examples. You're one of the best there is,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So sick.
We're best friends now.
Besties.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah, collabs every single week. LJ and Call Me Kevin. Off they go.
Just besties, just besties.
That's so nice.
All right. Well, I think we're dropping frames now, boys. But thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe as well, and share the video around. Leave us a comment. Leave us a comment if you had any questions about what we've talked about today. You got any things, burning questions you just desperately need answers to. We're going to get to all of them. We are saving all the good questions, so don't you worry about it. So again, thank you so much, boys. Any last words for our podcast chat?
Yes, I've last words. 1,000 subs, and we'll do a live stream on YouTube in celebratory celebrations, and we'll probably have some beverages in our hands while doing it.
Can it be like a real event?
Yeah.
Like we get like spinning wheels, and every time someone maybe we'll have memberships turned on, and if we get like 5 members on the channel, we'll spin the wheel,
and we all got to do
and
it.
We'll have each of us having to do wheel challenges.
No, we should have a wheel for the challenges and then a wheel for who does it. So you can get like 2 or 3 in a row.
Yes. That's great.
I love this idea.
Yeah.
We should just totally do that as a normal stream idea anyway.
But yes, we should do that, and let us know if you want any other things in the future. But yeah, we're getting closer and closer to 1,000. I would love to hit that mark before the end of the year. That'll be great for the first year of Stream Room being broadcast to your ears and your eyes, that we can hit those numbers, and hopefully onwards and upwards forevermore.
That's it.
I'm excited. I'm keen. Thank you all the listeners. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Take it easy, everybody, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.